on the banks of Lake Alguin, and I'm going up there into the mist. So the plan is, like I say, not necessarily to get to the top of Tryfan, but to do the round route, catch the cantilever rock, things like that. So first marker point, this sty. I think this is more if you come up that way. You see there's a path that sort of comes around here. It's going to be climby. Again, it's water, rocks. So it's just a matter of checking your foot in before you commit your weight to it. Because the sideways step right there, I was going to say it won't go down well, but I think you go down very well. This is harder than it was. Getting up onto a crib from the mines, but I think mainly because this is a lot longer. It's the road all the way down there. Apart from that first couple hundred metres, it's like this. A little course correction required there. I followed the path that sort of started running up there, and that's not where I wanted to go. I sort of wanted around the edge, so I had to drop back down, and I'm back on the path now. Not that you know it was a path. I fished the Ordnance Survey. Back onto a fairly level bit now. Back there it was terrible. The path was so hard to spot that you'd either go down too low or up too high, and then have to backtrack or fight your way down. But this one now is fairly clear. You can see it going up there, and then it's on that one there. I'm actually looking for the mist. So, this is not an easy climb. I thought this was going to be an easy route, probably the North Pass, or the one we did last time. It's not. So it levelled out back there, and I was hoping that was the start of a nice long level section. It's not. More scrambling. At least that's the path down there. Now up here, you can actually see the path along there, and that's where I actually want to be. So I'm just going to drop back down. Oh dear. The thing is that I'm the only person here. There's nobody else on this part of the mountain, so I can't follow anybody else. I can't see anybody because of the mist if there is people in front of me, if there are people in front of me. And there's no boot prints to follow either. Yeah, I can see the footpath now. That section back there, or rather getting to here I should say, is hard work. It is not easy. I wouldn't even contemplate this route unless you was feeling particularly fit and strong on that day. Problem with the mist is you can't see the path, you know, in the distance. Normally you can see it from a distance and get an idea of which way you want to go, whereas here you're sort of limited. I don't know if I keep skirting this edge I'll come to the path towards Cribben. So the plan isn't actually to go on to Tryfan today. Proper standing in there. Trying to pick out a likely path. I've only got 100 yards or so to get to that section there. And if memory serves, there's a bit there. A little bit easy going on this path now. Put it up there. Just about 2 hours in. Not quite at the halfway point yet, but back into the mission. Making my way off the mountain now. I've had to turn around, it was just too risky, far too risky. When I got to the turn off point for Cribben, the mist came in, the rain came in, the other side of the mountain it's terrible, the weather is. So the mist and the weather, and I got to a point where I couldn't find the path. I couldn't see really, obviously because I don't know the route, I didn't really know where I was going. And whichever direction I looked in, all there appeared to be was a sheer cliff face. I would admit to a moment of panic, I was thinking, oh shit, have I got myself in a position here that I can't get out of? And to be honest, I think if I'd have carried on forward and tried to do it, I would have got myself into that position. Coming down, definitely worse than going up. So it will appear that the last few filming sections I've done, the camera was set to time lapse. Oh well. I only realised just because I was filming this bit here, I wasn't expecting it to be quite this steep. Got all the steep bits up, don't there? I've got down the steeper there. Oh well. Well, just a little trot along Lake Ogwen now to where I'm parked. Then I can get a brew on. Get changed, get out of these wet clothes. I'm squelching and then head home. That was exhilarating. Hard work, terrifying at points, but absolutely fantastic. Oh, definitely do it again.